Now, in a regular White House, the briefing room is it's a place where basically journalists get to ask anything they want. And the press secretary answers to the best of his or her ability, representing the president of the United States. In this White House, though, I think, as we all know, the briefing room is often a place where disinformation is spread, misinformation is spread, all in a place where the American people are trying to get information. And sometimes they practice some light prop work of sorts. I mean, this was the press secretary today, banding about this list of global interest rates, hand annotated by the president, to be delivered to the chairman of the Federal Reserve. Because sure, I guess, that is how this White House does policy or whatever. I'm not even sure what that was about. And since this White House doesn't appear to take these briefings very seriously, I figured I would take a shot again at answering some of the questions from today. Okay, Jeff Earl from the Daily Mail, kick us off.
You mentioned the dangerous wildlife at the alligator Alcatraz. Is that a design feature?
Is the dangerous wildlife surrounding the new migrant detention center in Florida on purpose? Well, Jeff, I'm going to go out on a bit of a limb here and say, yes, the dangerous wildlife is a feature, not a bug. I mean, cruelty is kind of the point with these guys. But also when your administration is preparing to pass a wildly unpopular piece of legislation, you know what? I mean, I bet the president and his advisors would much rather be talking about alligators than the fact that his big, ugly bill is about to strip health care away from millions of people. Maybe that is part of the strategy. Okay, Joe Khalil from News Nation. Go ahead.
On the reconciliation bill, Senator Tillis from the floor yesterday seemed to suggest President Trump was getting bad counsel on the effects of the bill. Is President Trump aware of the analyses?
Joe. I think we both know that Donald Trump is not a policy wonk. Everyone knows he's not a policy wonk. You're not going to find a dog-eared copy of the CBO report on that guy's bedside table. The weeds is also not a place where he is familiar. But the thing is, the practical impacts of this bill on everyday Americans, millions of Americans, are not exactly hidden amongst the policy weeds. To know that his bill will have life and death consequences for millions of people, all you need to do is be a sentient person in the world right now, able to read a handful of headlines, which even I think Trump is capable of. So no, the effort by some, including, I would note, Senator Tillis, to blame Trump's support on advisors not briefing him well enough, I think is the explanation, does not feel on the level. Instead, it feels safe to assume he just doesn't care, as long as the bill is cutting taxes for the highest earners and biggest companies in this country. That's what this is about. That's why he wants to get the bill passed. Okay, next question. I might regret this, but maybe not. Go for it, Peter Doocy, Fox News.
Does President Trump want Zohran Mamdani deported?
Okay, my instincts were right on that one. But I'm going to give it a little go. Does President Trump want Zohran Mamdani deported? The guy who just won the Democratic mayoral primary in New York City. I mean, honestly, my answer is probably, yeah. Mamdani is a charismatic, energetic politician. He has inspired or hyped up millions of Democrats in politics right now. Not something you really want if you're a Republican president. And so it wouldn't surprise me if Donald Trump wants to somehow make him disappear, whether it is by deportation, which is crazy, or some other kind of presidential voodoo. I don't even know. It's not even the only reason is a thing. Don't forget that the current mayor of New York, Eric Adams, was going to be criminally prosecuted for a whole bunch of felonies until Donald Trump leaned on the Justice Department to make that prosecution go away. Trump is the mayor of New York under his thumb right now. If Mamdani unseats Eric Adams, it's not only bad news for Eric Adams, probably bad news for Donald Trump, too. That's probably a factor. Okay, let's take one more. John Fredericks, take us home.
Let's get to the one big, beautiful bill first. It appears now you're going to get at least 50 votes in the Senate. There'll be some amendments. What is the president's confidence level in getting 218 votes in the House by the end of this week in order for him to sign it on Friday?
I mean, we're not in a sane political universe, John, but let me just start by saying in a sane political universe, it shouldn't be high at all. I mean, Trump's little buddy, Speaker Johnson, seems nervous, in large part because there are two warring factions within his own party in the House. The first group made up of members of the Freedom Caucus who think the bill is way too expensive, and the other who think it's not expensive enough because they want a higher SALT deduction cap. So that's challenging because both of those things cannot happen at once. One side is not going to get their way, which should, in a sane political universe, make the path to 218 very uncertain right now. That said, Republicans in Congress are not exactly known for their spines of steel these days, so we'll see how this goes. In the meantime, a quick reminder, though, there are a whole lot of Republicans in Congress who just barely eked out a win last November, who are vulnerable in purple districts. And the midterms is not that far away. You know what? I think I kind of get the prop thing now. I'm just going to say, here's a little prop for everyone of districts to pay attention to. I even signed it, just like Donald Trump did. Some districts for people to pay attention to.